It's Wednesday. It's still sunny in Manchester. This is 𝗕𝗕𝗓 Behind the Build, episode 47. So welcome back to 𝗕𝗕𝗓. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you liked Wednesday's episode. It seems like a few of you guys are glad I'm back a little bit, although a lot of you still prefer Alex. But I don't mind because I love Alex like a brother. Speaking of Alex, he's over in Liverpool. Now you remember Project Woodlands, that's the one. It was one of our schemes where we've got a shop below, 2 apartments. It's been finished, well, almost finished for a while, but we had a nightmare with the gas, some of you might recall. Well, that's finally getting resolved, thank goodness, this week, which means we can get them filled and start getting some rent in. Alex will tell you more about it now.
So welcome back to Liverpool. Nice sunny day again today. And you'll remember this project, which we had the gas situation on, but I'll talk about that in a minute. But you can see there's a couple of things going on. The shop's all been done nice now. I'm quite happy with that, the way the owner's done it, to be fair. Much better than the old sign that was on. You can tell she does arts and crafts because she's done a really good job of that. I actually like the sign myself. But today, we've got a crane guy here and our lads are with him doing some external work. So we decided to do all the works in one go rather than getting a scaffold. We've been delaying the work getting done because we've been waiting for the gas anyway, so we've been on no rush, but we've got a time slot today to do it. So we're cracking on while the sun's good. So obviously you remember all the stuff that's been happening over the gas on this building. Obviously you smelled the gas phone.
I am really sorry about that.
Right.
I didn't know that was going to happen.
So then, I know no one knew. I didn't know.
I went home.
I know.
He come out and he said, I'm here now. I went, what?
Yeah, so you're phoning me saying we're going to break in.
I know.
And I was like, the mates don't be breaking in the door.
I was trying to say to him, I've not got his number. I was going, I can't ring him. And he was going, well, if you've not got his number, I'm going to break the door in. I was like, no. I know. So
at first he was saying 10 grand, and the conversations I've been showing that I've been having with Caden did phone me, and now I was going to show you now. So the 10th of September is the earliest you've got.
Yeah, it's just
to get the gas on.
Particular skill set, because we've got to get scaffolding up, and the particular skill set that's needed, the person to carry out the works.
So you've only got one person who can do the work.
That can work on the scaffolding on that particular type of skill set.
Okay, so that's 10 weeks away, isn't it? I've already been waiting for like 12 weeks, I think, to get to this point now.
Right, well, this only
I know you've...
to me 2 weeks
yeah,
ago.
It has to you and probably on your side, but it's been going on for ages. We've got no tenants in the property. They were meant to move in when the gas got cut off. Like we had gas already, you just dug it out and disconnected it. Now you charge me to put it back in again, which I've agreed to pay, and I've gone through all that rigmarole. But now I've got another 10 weeks wait. I've got to pay for the building, paying finance. Got no one in the flats. It's empty. It's brand new building sitting there empty, and it already had gas, and you've disconnected it because you could smell gas, and now I've got to pay for a new meter to go, like a new supply to go outside. So is there no way you can do it any quicker?
The only thing I could do is try and see if there's anybody else that we can maybe ferry in from another area.
If you can, please, yeah, it'd help.
I'll have a look and see, and I'll come back to you.
As I say, so that finance alone's £2,500 a month, and sitting here empty, the building. And I can't refinance the building because I've got no gas. I can't get building control to sign a building off because I can't test the boilers, so I can't get a gas certificate. I can't do anything. So you literally, like, I'm getting strung along here, you know. I'm already agreed to pay you to fit it again, even though you disconnected it the first time when we had it. And now, like, I'm getting told another 10 weeks. It's bad.
Right. I know. I'll speak to the site supervisor and see what he says.
Sound, okay.
All right then.
Busy road as well, it's so hard to try and get it right. Christian's got a banksman set up on either end, which you'll see there, just to coordinate traffic coming up and down. We've had to shut a lane, which we've applied for with the council to get it done. But as I say, we're getting the work done quite quick. You've been doing good for time, haven't you, today?
Not bad the time.
So what did we do there now? So we've done chimney, haven't we?
Yeah, we do the 4 chimney. We need to do the 4 chimney. New mortar line. We need to check the ridge tires on the top because already lose the mortar again.
Put the flue pipe on.
Put the flue pipe in, and
vents.
we need 2 vents.
Yeah, and there's another little leak as well. So where the parapet wall is on the front of the building, the water's been getting in there since we bought it. And obviously we wanted to get up and see what was going on. And it's turned out, I was thinking it was going to be much worse, like we had to put like an eaves tray or something in and replace all the tiles, but it was only 1 tile, wasn't it?
Only 1 tile would be enough.
Yeah, so easy fix there, to be fair. There's a little bit of cracking, historic cracking on the front, which got pulled on the valuation report, which we've also filled in as well. Nothing inside, just on the external side, that's all been done. And any other little bits that we see, any growth or anything of weeds or trees, we're just going to take them all out while we're up there. But as I say, this was a much easier option than paying to get the scaffold. The scaffold was too expensive to do. We've hired a cherry picker from Cherry Picker Hire Liverpool for a decent price, to be fair, to come out for the day. He's got experience of roofing works as well, so he's also helping as well as driving the machine. And then we just send our lads up with him to do all the work. And as I say, we'll knock off all that in one go. Tom, our plumber, is coming over today as well to put the flue pipe on, because the boiler, which is in the loft, has got a flue going outside the roof, which is on the very back. So again, that'll all be done on this. So yeah, there's another good thing to mention as well on this one. On our sales and lettings Emperor side of things, we've had our signs made for the first time. We always have Emperor as the sign, and then we used to have, or we still have, invested in property, which is our development side. So we're investing in property, but the sales and lettings is now called Emperor Home, which is underneath. So the sign, I mean, I'm not fully happy with the sign, but it'll do for now. When the design got made and sent to me, I didn't know it had a white rim around it. I thought that was just part of the image, the way it got sent, that it was going to get cut off or something when it got sent over to the sign supplier. But the guy who done the design has obviously put that on, and we're not happy with it really. But for now, it's going out there. We put a little green strip across the to-let to let people know it's obviously available, and then when it's being let, they'll have a red sign across it. But they're already being damaged anyway, and they get knocked about when they're getting transported around. So I think we ordered 10 or 12 signs. Once they're damaged, we're just going to replace them with new ones and change a little bit and have a rimless sign instead. But still, good progress for us, that I'm happy, and I can't wait to have one that says for sale, which is going to be soon, I'm told. You can see the entrance is all nice now, little doorbell to get in. All the doors been black, just missing the number 1, aren't we, Christian? Which I've been asking for weeks. Where is it? Just says B. A post box on there. The yard's just getting cleared up now, ready. All the weeds keep growing back, but looks nice entrance. Nice little water roof we put on as well. Has that been fixed now?
Been fixed now. That's up the good to us. Weeks ago, somebody just left the stuff there.
There was paper or something, wasn't it?
And the paper
So
just
you
passed back.
get it cleaned off, yeah?
Yeah, cleaned it off. You got some paint left.
Me being picky,
Yeah.
I've asked every time I come past and drive past to see it, I'm like, Christian, when's it getting cleaned? There was like a newspaper or something dropped, because the gutter was damaged on the joint, and when it rains heavy, it drips literally right there.
Right there.
I'm just splashing up and just does me head in and ruins the appearance of the property. So yeah.
Extra coming up again.
When are you going to do it? Today?
Today, soon as the lad's finished, I think. Safe work underneath it.
So we'll check back next week and see if he's done it.
Right, okay. We can get somebody in on Thursday the 1st of August.
Thursday the 1st of August, let's have a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that's better anyway, yeah.
Okay, so we'll get somebody in and they'll do the rise of work on the 1st of August, and then we'll get somebody in the following Monday to do the work in the footway.
Okay, sound. So we just need to do what was required from us, which was remove the wooden cladding.
The wood,
okay,
the wooden
sound.
cladding.
So providing that's done by the 1st of August, then we're all good to go.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
cool.
make sure it's done for that, because I'm telling you now, if it's not, you're looking going way into September.
Yeah, it'll be done, don't you worry. We need the gas on, so it'll be done.
Yeah, you need the gas on, so that's just like, as I say, if you haven't done what you're supposed to do by then, then as I say, you're all looking at like middle of September then.
Okay, no worries, thank you.
All right.
Cheers,
then.
thanks.
All right.
Bye-bye.
See you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So you'll see there, obviously I was battling to get it done. He was trying to book it in too far in advance, and we need to get this done. So they give us the date and they've stuck to it now. So the beginning of August they're going to do the works, but they asked us to take off some of the timber works at the side. I've done a couple of surveys after that call with the guy on site, and then we agreed not to do the road closure and stuff like that. And you could do it with a normal scaffold. They were asking for all the different kinds of things, but it was sort of set in tone on the day. But they asked us to remove the cladding at the side, which we've done, you'll see there. So the gas is going to come up into flat 1 and then up into flat 2. And they're starting the works at the beginning of August. So that's why we're doing all our external works now. And then finally we'll be able to move the tenants in. But as I say, over the past couple of months now, we've been paying £2,500 a month interest on this building. Obviously the shop's in now paying their part of their rent, which is contributing towards it, but still not good. It's like, luckily enough, we factored in contingencies, but no one would really allow for stuff like this. I didn't foresee it, so it's a lesson learned for me on my side. But thankfully, it's getting done, and the tenants will be moved in. The first floor flat's now gone on the market, so we should have someone lined up for that. The top floor HMO has just got to find a few things to finish off inside, which is like getting the tellies on and stuff like that, and then we're going to get our finishing photos done of that property. And talking of finishing photos, Niall behind the camera was with me yesterday getting our finishing stuff done on Project 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗏, which you've been watching on the channel. So people who have been thinking what's going on there, where are we up to with that, we got our finishing stuff done yesterday on there, so we had to dress the whole property. Now dressing the property is like a family affair for me now. Used to be just me and me missus doing it, Ray, and her mum was always helping us, Cheryl, doing it as well, getting stuff dressed in the rooms, and all the dressings come from our own houses really, and be put in there bits and bobs each year, we just mix it up. But this year obviously I've got a baby now, so we had to bring the baby along. So Niall's going to show you some B-roll footage of what's happened there. You'll see Niall filming, me filming Niall, and you'll see a few bits of the baby stuff around. I'm hoping next week, Niall's probably going to laugh and think when he's going to send, but I'm hoping next week we can try and show you the show reel of Project 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗏, and I think it's going to be a good one this time round. So this time he is busy for us, chock-a-block, dealing with headaches like this, but I can see the end of the tunnel is near, especially when this is done. And then you'll be able to reach it.
Yeah, it's what it is with pickers, it's the weight. So as you start going, this will reach our 14 metres, so go way over there for that, but it's the weight, so you've got...
Oh yeah, it was the boom will drop on it.
He's about freaking...
He's a big guy, isn't he? And you?
Stone. I'm about 17 stone, so basically as you start stretching out, a red light will come on, because as you go out further, you get heavier.
I used to be an electrician by trade, so I was always on them all the time. I had my own iPath as well to do
so
them.
you know how they work then.
Yeah, so that's it for today in Liverpool. Gonna hand you back over to Chris in Manchester now, but loads going on there, to be fair. I'm happy, good progress. Once that gas is on and we get the tenants in there, they'll probably never hear of the building. That's what happens on these properties as well. So like, we go through all this work and we're on them every day, and the lads are there and I'm always on the phone speaking about them. And as soon as we're done, tenants in, refinanced out, you very rarely hear from it then. That's just a couple of maintenance issues now and then. And you just sort of forget about them. You forget about all these properties that you have in the portfolio and all the sweat and tears that you go through and the headaches. You know, a year from now, I'll forget about that gas problem that we had. I'll forget about a couple of other things that went wrong in there. And it's just another one on the screen for us really, another asset to drive past and go, oh, we own that. But yeah, as I say, give you back to Chris. See you later.
So today I've come down to Project Cranbourne. It probably thinks like all we're talking about at the moment is Project 849, but we've still got loads of other sites on the go. I think at the moment, I had a quick count up before, we've got about 9 live sites, all at different stages. What we've got a lot of at the moment is sites just being finished up, extensions, snagging, getting little bits of landscaping done. We will try and go back to them jobs and just show you the finished article, because I'm conscious that I want to show you guys the journey, and you see a lot of the early stuff that what I think is more interesting than knocking things about, things getting built, but also it would be nice to show the finished product. Now I've come down here today just to see where we're up to because the plasterers have been in, and I like that stage in a job. I always feel like once the house is skimmed or the job's skimmed, it starts to feel more like a home again, and psychologically for the customer it's loads better. Running this job is 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗔𝗧. Now you've met him here and there, bits, I think on some projects. I'm not sure if you've met him on this one yet. Matt's been with us for about 6 years now. He's a really, really good all-rounder, but I'd say his strength is high-end second fix joinery. This is his van. I had a quick look before, as you saw, and I tell you what, you can tell a lot about a tradesman by his van. Just look how clean that is. I mean, yeah, it's not that clean, you wouldn't eat your dinner off it, but it's tidy, it's organised, he's got everything there that needs to be there. And to be fair, I always say you can tell a lot about a tradesman by his van and the way he keeps and cleans his van, because it means they take pride in their setup and they also take pride in their work. So yeah, Matt is someone that's very particular. We put him on a lot of our finishing projects and stuff, but let's go inside and see how we're getting on. So on all our projects, we always put these old OSB boards down. Now we save them from job to job. These ones we'll probably use at some point on hoarding or something, but we put them in and put them on the driveway to try our hardest to protect driveways. But what we do in our terms and conditions, we always say to customers that we can't guarantee that there won't be some unintentional, unforeseen damage to their hard standings, their driveways. Now, this one, I think the client is going to renew it down the line, so they weren't that precious, but we'll still put some OSB boards down. So when you're getting heavy deliveries or things like that, things drop, it's not going to damage the driveway, because what I don't want to do is have a real awkward situation where we've done a brilliant job, but at the end of it, we've got to have an argument with the customer over little stupid things like stains and stuff like that. It is unintentional. I do always try and manage a client's expectations and say, look, no matter how good we are as a builder, there's probably going to be some mess that we're going to have to tidy up at the end, but it's at your cost, not ours. It's in the terms and conditions. I point them at the terms and conditions because I don't think it's fair that you're trying to basically bombard them with T's and C's at the end. And I think if you manage people's expectations from the start, they get it. I like to walk away from a job, either the job's taken longer, overrun on budget, where they can say, you know what, yeah, it took them a month longer because of the weather or delays in something, but they did a great job. They've really sort of looked after us. And then they'll recommend you, because building work is always stressful, isn't it? Doesn't matter how good the builder is, no matter how good the tradesmen are. And that's a line I always use at the pre-start meeting where we meet the customer. We bring him into the office and I say to him, look, I don't care how good the builder is, building work is always stressful. You're not going to like it. It's a process. It starts off, people get really excited because it's finally happening, and then that wears off quite quickly. Then they get another spike when it gets plastered, and that wears off quickly because they just want you out. Maybe when the doors go in, they get a spike, and eventually they just want you out. They're sick of having people in their house. Don't forget, they're probably giving you the most amount of money in the world as well. So yeah, managing expectations, that's really important. That's something I might talk more about because not a lot of builders and tradesmen actually do it. Anyway, let's get inside and have a look. Oh, these sunglasses, man. Jeez. So I'm inside now, and again, the last time I came here, there was steels all over the show. It had not been insulated. I think the boys were on with the first fix, but you see, it's skimmed. We've got quite a few plastering subbies that we use. We've got some in-house plasterers that do the smaller stuff, but we use teams because they're on price and they're in and out, and the finish is always bang on. It gives you a real nice bookend to a job when the plaster, that point there, when the plasters are in, you know the job has turned the corner and you're on the home straight. But you'll notice in here now, we're first fix electrically, everything's ready for second fix to start. What we're doing, the painters are coming in and they're getting a mist coat on the wall. The first coat seals it up, whitewash basically. You can then see any imperfections in the plaster work and you can prep that. Sometimes it's actually better prepping with a little less light because you can see the imperfections. Some plasters have got really bright lights. I'm not sure if they're UV, but they've got bright lights they put where they can really see trowel marks and stuff. But paint is quite unforgiving, and particularly if a room gets quite a lot of sunlight from Veluxes or big windows, it's very unforgiving. It looks good now. I think, yeah, this is mega. It's basically like glass. And I know these plasters, I know it will be like glass, but you don't know until you've got a lick of paint on the walls. So this is a downstairs bathroom actually that we've formed that we're going to start putting back together next week. I think it's been first fixed. Yeah, it has. It's been first fixed electrically and the plumbing's in. It's annoying really because you've obviously got to tap into existing plumbing. That is sometimes a problem when you're working on a house that you're only sort of renovating, is that you've got to tap into existing supplies and stuff, and sometimes you've got copper meeting plastic. It looks untidy, but what we'll do is get our boys just to give everything existing the once over, change anything dodgy. Like, I like plastic and speed fit. It's good. I don't know a time when it wasn't used. However, I think what I did in my own house and what I'd do if the customer had the money is I'd just do everything in copper and I'd rip everything out and start again. But this customer has spent a lot of money and they've obviously having to utilise a little bit of what's there. It's grown legs, this job. I think it started out as just a single story extension, but we ended up basically renovating the full house, which is sometimes what happens. So this is what actually the customer has paid for. This big open plan kitchen, diner, living area. Now, it's actually only a small extension. But what do I always say, Matt? Small is beautiful. That's what I always tell my wife, Rachel. But this small extension, which really can only be 1.5 meters, has enabled this to be a huge space. And sometimes people overextend, and that's the beauty of us doing design and build. I always tell customers, don't build bigger than you need to, because you end up spending more money than you need to. But this simple lean-to extension, it's got absolutely massive doors going in, has made this feel like a massive open plan space. And now we've got a mist coat starting going on the walls, it feels bigger again. Just wait until them doors and this huge roof light we've got coming goes in. Honestly, it'll be a game changer. It'll be so much light flooding in. I think the kitchen is going at that end there, and then this end, we're having a bit of a media wall. I like things to flow. I like symmetry. So I always say the centre of the sink should then meet the centre of the hob in the island, or vice versa. So then follow down the room, should then meet the centre of the dining room table, and should land bang, smack in the middle of the TV. And back that way. So it really helps for my OCD basically. But if you're sat and you're preparing your food, which is a very sociable thing in an island, you can be watching TV, you can be socialising. I like symmetry, but everyone's different and not everyone's that bothered, but I have got a bit of OCD. But yeah, it's coming together. Again, skimmed out, amazing job. If you remember from Project 849, I was telling you, we always leave the back wall obviously unplastered because we can't get them margins right with the plasterboard. So once these doors go in, we'll then come back, dot and dab, and then skim, and it's perfect. You get the perfect margin all the way around. But yeah, this is what I love about Matt's site. It's really tidy, everything's got its place, it's not messy, the floor's swept. A tidy site, I think, instills a lot of confidence into your client, and also it reduces wastage as well. People take more pride in a tidy site, I find. When you've got your subbies coming on, your external subcontractors, say the client's got their own floor layer coming in next week, they'll look at us and think, you know what, they're a good outfit because the site is tidy. But yeah, looking mega. So even though we do like to keep a tidy site, the back of a back garden after an extension's been built always looks like an absolute tip. I mean, this is semi-tidy really. We've put a bit of hardcore down of our just sort of 6F5 just to give a bit of a hard standing. I mean, the weather's quite good, but when it was raining, it was really boggy out here. So this is basically left for the customer to decide what they want to do with it. Also, maybe seeing what budget they've got left. I always say to customers, they try and organise the landscaping right at the start when we price shop. And I do sometimes say, look, you need to probably wait and see what's in the pot, because you might have spent money on piling you're not expecting. You might have used up your contingency. So see what you've got left. But you do always need to make sure that you've got something left in the pot to do the landscape, because it's all well and good spending loads, making a house look amazing, and then having this to look out at. But yeah, I think what we do a lot of the landscaping because we offer every trade. We'll then say to the customer, look, we'll do the landscaping for you. We can jump straight on it straight away if you want, or we can not do anything. We'll just leave it nice and clean. We'll fill in any openings, any holes that we've left, and leave them with a blank canvas. We literally don't allow for any landscaping in the original estimate because you don't actually know what you're going to do. No one really knows what they've got left in the pot. Unless we've got a design to work to, we don't price for it. But yeah, sometimes customers get a bit shocked and think, well, what are you doing about this? But clearly says on the estimate, no allowance for landscaping. Sometimes what they don't actually factor in, they think, oh, we'll get the landscaping done next year, but they always got to step down if they haven't done a level threshold there. So they at least need to put a step in for building control these days as well, because building control don't want big steps down. But yeah, I think we're gonna have a chat with this client a bit later on. I'll pick this up and get it, good shot, get it sorted. So this sums me up. I am tight. Now, I hate wastage now. There's bits of insulation here, offcuts from when we vaulted the ceiling, and probably stuff that we've taken out. Obviously, anything this size will get skipped, but anything this size, I'll probably keep and reuse on our projects because there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. You have to cut it down, it has to go in a roof or whatever. We'll reuse it, give it a wipe down, get the labourers to wipe it down, clean it, and then we're spending less on skippage and we're helping the environment a little bit. So yeah, I am a bit tight. I'll reuse this stuff. I mean, it's getting harder. I think that's 100 mil. When the regs change, basically, we'll obviously lose. Now the regs have changed, we have to lose quite a bit of it. But you know what? If we can use that on a job, one of our jobs, and it saves a little bit of money, saves the client a little bit of money, why wouldn't you? Now we've got the space to do it and we've got the people there to know what's there. What you don't want is just be piling stuff up in your stores and you'll never, ever use it. But look, this is that door, my trusty door that we send from site to site. I think it was basically a mismeasure. And we now just send it from site to site and put it in the hoarding so a client's got access if they need it. This client doesn't need it because they're not living on site. But again, these OSB boards, I mean, these probably will get one more outing on the driveway, but we'll send them back to the yard and then we'll reuse them because why chuck them in a skip? Yet they're fit for nothing else other than protecting driveways. But this is what it's all about. It's like squeezing an extra little percentage out of your profit. And also it's just good for the environment, isn't it? Why waste? It sets a culture. I don't want waste in our company. I hate waste. Waste is like cancer in a company. So do your best, you know. Can you be using bits of insulation? Can you be reusing sheets of OSB that really probably should be skipped? Or is it just me? Tight. Anyway, that's it for Wednesday. Tomorrow I think I'm going to be office based most of the day, so I'll see what's worth filming there. There might be nothing, but yeah, back tomorrow. Good morning, it's Thursday and I'm having my toast. How do you have your toast? I like mine lightly done. Our kids made me this and there's more butter than bread on this toast. However, what's happening at Preferred is that they're working on the second set of stairs for Project 849. Hopefully later in this week we'll be able to show you some of them stairs being installed. That's if we pull our finger out. But over to you, Mr. Dick.
Should just water the plants. Bit of a garden going on here now. So we're back on Preferred Joinery and my son Chris, with loads going on in Liverpool and in Manchester today with regards to Preferred Joinery. So Project 849 is flying along. Obviously we're doing the stairs here, so we're not only working in Liverpool for a Manchester project, but also delivering it over there as well. Inside, Richard is getting on with the last two stairs for that job, so we'll go in and see how he's getting on. Do the work, yeah?
Does it look like, but it's not fixed to the wall, so come on, I'll hold it while you go. Don't go too high.
Health and safety, yeah. Look good then, mate. So yeah, so these are for Project 849 in Manchester. This is the third set, isn't it? This is the third set.
One, yeah.
Looking good though, mate. So they're all the same, aren't they? Just different ways, left and right?
Yeah, 2 one, 2 the other, so...
So you're on the last set now then?
Yeah, it's more or less router, just got one more string at the router and then put that together, yeah, and then they're all done.
When do you have to be done? Today, more or less, or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Be done.
Be ready to go Thursday.
But yeah, they look nice then, mate. So you see all them bags of wedges there, then you cut all them?
Yeah, I've got them all out together, I've glued everything up together, so...
So when do you make these up? Do you just make these up at any time? Would you make them up just for this?
They're all the same, more or less, but it's only like when it's a wind and kite, I'll make big wedges for them, as you can see there.
Oh yeah.
So
then you'll always dry fit it together, won't you, like this?
I'll always dry fit it, yeah.
Do you check the measurements to make sure it's right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're just confident?
Right.
Confident now? Occasionally.
Yeah. Well, I've drawn it out on the MDF, so
you know it's right.
It's got to be right, you know what I mean? It will be. It's the right size.
Do you reckon they're harder to make than the other types of stairs that you do? What?
Them 6 winders together are harder to make than like a normal 6 winder, you know, where it's got 3 kites and 3 kites.
Yeah, so where you'd have, you'd have a straight flight in the middle normally, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because obviously I've got to make
the double kneel.
A double kneel for that.
Oh yeah, so you laminate that together?
So I'll bond them 2 together to take the 6 winders then, because a 4x4 won't be big enough.
Yeah, because when I was looking at it last week, the actual routing that you'd have to do on the nail is quite hard, isn't it? To get that right. It's probably the hardest bit.
Yeah,
would you say?
Definitely. Yeah, it's tricky, like.
Of the whole set of stairs. Yeah. Because it's coming from every side of the piece, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, obviously, when you draw it out on the MDF, you get them sizes, so you know where to.
So you'll mark them last then. So you'll do all that first, then mark that last.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, it looked good, mate. Really good on our feature wall as well. So. Anyone wants any stairs, give us a shout. So we've got a container now for preferred joinery as well. I've mentioned this a couple of times about the storage inside. When we've got windows that are finished, and sometimes they'll take a while to get either fitted, or waiting for the fitting date, or waiting for the customer to come and pick it up. They'll be sitting in the way of us and they'll be collecting dust and whatever. So we've been looking to get one for a while. We've been trying to find out where we can get them from for these, and we found these guys who sell them for a decent price. And they dropped it off this week. We actually missed getting it filmed, so I was too late to get there, so was Niall, so it got installed before us. None of the lads decided to film it on the phone, so we could have showed you, but basically just come and got lifted in place. But we decided to put it here, so it's easy to get in and out with windows and stuff. We're going to actually clean it up, take these stickers off, because it is a second-hand one. They did used to hire it out, and we got it for a decent price. But we're just going to take all the stickers off it, scrape it back, clean it up, and paint it. In the terms of a container, people how they speak, the terminology is it's dry. So if you're ever buying a container, that's what they'll say to you, is it's dry. So it is dry, and there's no holes on it, it's all good. You can see it's had a little bit of work done at some point in its life, but as I say, we're going to clean it back. I think we're going to paint it grey, which matches the preferred colours, and then grease up the doors a little bit stiff, open them with the locks and stuff, inside sound. And then we're going to fit some vents as well on the sides, just to get a bit of airflow, because days like today it's roasting inside and we couldn't put them windows in there because all the joints crack. So for now we've put a couple of other bits like a tower and stuff that we're going to go put in there, but until we put the vents on we get a bit of airflow. We're not going to put no windows in there, we're just going to prep it up and get it ready. So good, at least we can clear out our wall, our media wall, where we want to take all our finished stuff, photos, where we've got all the jobs lined up. We can just put them in here and they can wait inside safe before they need to be fitted. So yeah, happy with that. So me and Richard are trying to work out a position for our little social media post. So we're going to jockey that over to the line centre there, and then the other one's a right hand one.
Yeah, no, this is the
right hand.
So,
oh yeah, left.
Yeah, so it's the left one. Yeah.
The left hand one will go in here up. That's good. That. So then this week anyway, with men down, Devo's away, Danny's away.
It's like a ghost town in here, isn't it?
You can hear the noises, no machines running. So some holidays always come up, and it's always like something that we have to juggle every year, juggling staff. But
my turn next week.
Your turn next week.
Yep, 2 weeks. Bye.
Yeah. So because the container's there now, my little end shot that I normally do is change position because the van is getting parked here. Well, it's probably a different location for us now, but yeah. So as I say, stairs are getting smashed off because we have got lads off this week and next week. Richard's going away as well. It's hard trying to keep the factory moving. I know Mike's trying to do things himself to try and keep things rolling. There's a lot of jobs that are lined up to be fitted, so we've actually built a lot of stuff ready and manufactured, ready to be installed. So we've still got things moving on, but as I say, new jobs starting, there's just no point. So we've had to have like a little bit of an easier clear out of external bits that we've done. Obviously we can get on the container stuff, but any new jobs we're not starting out till next week. We're just getting the last bits finished off. Richard's obviously doing the stairs for Project 849, and Mike's always also been over there because we've done the first delivery of the 2 stairs, and he went over there and he's also measured to do the furniture, so all the furniture gets built out of MDF for all the student rooms that we're doing. We're building them in preferred joinery for the first time, so we'll bring that to the channel, show you that rolling. I know Chris is over there as well today filming for this week, so there's loads of content going on there, loads going in. The whole team's more or less on that job pushing on, because we've only got a couple of weeks there to get it done. So yeah, as I say, I'm going to give you back to Chris now anyway, and he'll take it from here.
In the meeting room. I'm going to catch up with KTM. Your leg?
That was mine, you've nicked it.
Mine now.
Skin me.
I've got a 99. Always nearly have a mare saying that. And a cup of tea on the go. Why not? I basically had a cup of tea made, and then the ice cream man came. Who'd not to, wasn't it?
Were they actually 99p? They're not these days, are they?
Is that the reason they call them 99?
Yeah, originally, yeah. About a fiver now.
Yeah, they are really.
They're 4.99.
I did give our kid 20 quid, and we got 2 ice creams and a feast.
Yeah, so there you go.
No change.
He's just
Pocket
he's had you there, isn't he?
yeah. So, having another catch up with KTM,
Yeah.
and what we're doing, clearing, organising, I won't say clearing, but organising what we can pay, who we can't pay. To be fair, it's not that bad, because we have actually now started to keep on top of it again. We're doing that. We're also trying to organise August labour. Now, anyone that knows, anyone that's in business, everybody loves August. It's always your busiest time. However, you've got loads of people on holiday, and we've got a few absentees, haven't we?
We have, but it's not too bad, you know. We knew they were coming, the holidays, so we've planned around that. Obviously, we've staggered a few new jobs that are going to start. You'll see them in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
We've got some very exciting ones coming, actually. Yeah, we've got that, obviously, a bungalow that we're starting
it's a good project.
late August. That's going to be a
Casey was
beauty.
talking about yesterday. It's a project. It's for a lady that is moving her disabled son out of the care system into a home that I don't know how they're funding it, but it's a big job, and there's going to be full-time carers, but it's going to be a really nice job, and it's a job. It's a job that's quite close to my heart, in that, obviously, I don't think I've explained this on camera, but obviously I'm one of 5 boys. I'm the oldest of 5 boys, but Rick, one of my brothers, is disabled. He's got cerebral palsy. My mum is his full-time carer, and he's 35 now, so it's really hard for my mum, and I've got so much sympathy and a lot of empathy for anybody that's in that situation and care. So I'm really looking forward to doing that job. I'm going to bring the whole project, and what we actually came up yesterday, which was really nice for the client, about the VAT.
Oh yeah, exactly, yeah. It's obviously, because it's alterations for disability, rather than 20% VAT, she's just obviously a parent, so it's not a company doing it or anything, so it's 5% VAT, which is actually a bit of a... Yeah. It's a result for her. She's saving 15% on the build, which is massive,
She didn't know about that until she'd already agreed the price. But then we sort of, KTM said to me, doesn't this one qualify? And it clicked. I was like, yeah, it does.
I told her that yesterday, and she was very happy with that.
So there's actually quite a lot of work that qualifies for reduced or zero rated VAT. Don't get me started on VAT in construction, it's bonkers. If you're working business to business, it's fine, it doesn't matter. But if you're working for Mrs. Block's residential work, they can't claim the VAT back. It actually sort of puts you at a disadvantage. You're quoting against Johnny Builder, who's not VAT or should be VAT registered and gets paid other ways, and we're trying to run a legitimate company. We're automatically more expensive. What I always say to customers is everybody has to pay VAT on materials, so we're actually charging them without VAT. We're adding the VAT at the end, so materials wise it's the same, but it's the labour, it's the VAT on the labour, it's a killer. When I was like big into the Federation of Master Builders, we used to we were pushing to try and get repair work and things like that for reduced VAT 5%, like the adaptation work, but oh my god, it never happened. Not a real flake. That really annoys me, that.
What is it, a budget one?
Budget one. Ugh. Like a Netto flake.
Yeah.
Remember
a
Netto?
fake. Netto, yeah, that was class.
Don't lie, you're from Bramhall.
No, I used to go regularly to Netto.
So
regularly.
I lived in quite a nice area, Bramhall, where KTM's from as well, and basically it's quite affluent. But I had a mix of people. I was from a council estate, the only council estate in that area, and I remember I used to have to go to school with a Netto bag.
Oh, you must
with a PE kit.
Got terrorised.
And I had high-tech trainers, and this was before high-tech was good.
Is that why we've copied their colour scheme?
Yeah, Netto. But like looking back now, It was such a snobby sort of. Now everyone shops at Aldi and these budget stores, but it was so bad.
It was well looked down on, wasn't it? There was a chant about it, wasn't there?
What was it?
Netto, Netto is the place to go. Shop all day, shop all night. All you get is a bag of.
What? Anyway,
you might have to believe that.
But yeah, but actually, those things there, and I could tell you loads of stories like I remember you could wear kickers, but they had to be black, and I didn't have expensive shoes, so I sold my mountain bike and bought a pair of brown kicker boots second hand off my mate, and I was so proud. Went in the first day with them, and our teacher said if you don't take them off, you get in detention or suspension because you had to wear. It was a bit weird at school, that.
You had to wear black.
And so, God, I painted I painted the kickers black with gloss black paint.
Oh my God, how'd you get away with that?
Well,
Anyone? Yeah.
Like a right knob. But it's those kind of things now that drive you into set up. It wasn't for that upbringing, because my mum was single parent with like all the boys, like I said, so one of them disabled, so she couldn't work. So that's what gave me my drive. That's why I got all the paper rounds and stuff like that. We were hustling, weren't we, when we were young?
Terrible.
Selling stuff on eBay.
eBay was our one, wasn't it? And software. Won't go into the software ones, but eBay was relentless, wasn't it? We were all over that. We had everything going.
Brilliant.
Selling wristbands, you know, them beat.
Yeah, Lance Armstrong ones.
Yeah, Lance Armstrong ones.
They were the days.
We used to stack up. We used to like drive out to near Old Trafford, get loads, didn't we?
Buy them all out.
Buy them out and then whack them on. We made a killing for a bit on there.
Remember that, you wake up in the morning, you made like 800 quid, hadn't you? But when you're like 15, 16 years old, amazing. Yeah.
Amazing.
Anyway, so how are we looking?
Good, mate.
What the hell is that?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Another one.
I was going to drop this bomb in a bit, just to end the day on a high. I was going to tell you later, but we've had another one.
Oh, that's a spare man as well. Who's driving, do you know?
Do you want me to name and shame?
Well, maybe not, but...
It's behind the camera. No, I'm only joking. Do you want me to name him? No, I don't need to, do I?
Anyway, we worked out it is because of the tracker.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
it was basically 11 miles an hour over the speed limit. Hopefully that's nothing worse than... I can hear him eating his ice cream. Hopefully that's nothing worse than speed awareness course, because it's not great, but we have to pass this on to the driver. It's one of them, that's the rules that we have, that we don't pay for speeding fines or parking fines. You know, we don't mind laying a van on, but you've got to respect it. So yeah, here's what it is. Yeah, get it boxed. But yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think we're good. But no major issues.
There's no, not at all. Everything's in hand. We've got, like I said, 3 exciting projects coming to the channel within the next couple of weeks. Obviously, the one that we've shown you previously in Abersock starting end of this month-ish. The bungalow is starting 2 weeks, and a loft conversion is starting the week after that.
Feels busy again,
but they're obviously staggered to accommodate the completion of 849.
I still reckon that across the board, conversion rate's still probably as low as it's ever been. I was speaking to someone before, and they say it's basically, he feels like it's at pre-pandemic levels now, which was all right, it's good. Because it actually got ridiculous post-pandemic, didn't it? And we were too busy.
I think we're nice busy now.
Like I said before, we've probably got about 8 or 9 projects on the go at the moment, where at one point we had what?
What, as in we had, when it was at its worst, we had like, say, worst or best, however you look at it.
Worst.
We had 20, didn't we? But a lot of that, me and Chris were managing
just us,
ourselves. There was one Christmas where we were like, we had so much on, didn't we? And it just ruined Christmas for us, because we were just like literally trying to coordinate things and get people's kitchens finished, and
that's why it's nice.
It got mad. So this is perfect. Look, we're picking and choosing what we take on, which is lucky really, and they're all really good customers, people you want to help and work with. So it's the perfect kind of work, and it's the perfect amount of busy, which is what I like, because it means you can do your job properly.
I bet Hollywood's arm is decking, and he's eating ice cream.
He wants to finish that ice cream desperately.
But over or back at Project 849, we're hitting it hard. Honestly, the progress we're making there is unbelievable. Even the client messaged me this morning and said, wow, that was it, just wow, because we're absolutely flying there. However, we can't rest on our laurels. We need to keep it up and keep the pressure, keep the actual progress moving. So let's have a look. Oh, just catching some rays, baby. These legs are getting less white by the day. I don't know what it is. Anyway, so, I'm not sure if you remember, but this is our recovery truck project that we've actually done nothing with. Basically, that's a lie. I was speaking to Baz, and Baz was going to give us a price, but obviously Baz is a busy man, so that's not happened. But I really want to get this boxed off now and get it working, because there's been times where we've had to pay for an external recovery company to either recover a client's van or one of our vans. So that is not what we like. That's not the every trade way. I like to get things done in-house. What we have done, Dale has done something, don't ask me what, but basically reduced the slope of this here. And when he's back off his holiday, that's why there's no Dale in this week's episode, he's going to get on making some ramps that slide on the underneath. Then we're going to put some eyelets in here so we can strap any vehicle down. It's not going to get used that much, to be honest, but when we've got it, again, we'll have it on standby all the time so that if we need it, it's there. That has always been my philosophy. Anything we spend money on, I like to try and bring it in-house, but as long as it's financially viable. But you never know, this thing could take off. That's how things happen. We've started in business, started out offering a service just to help someone out, and it's just grown momentum. We've ended up doing it all the time. We didn't actually set out to build extensions, that just kind of happened. And I remember I didn't build my first extension until 2017. Did one for a favour for an architect, and then pretty much ever since we've had nothing but end-to-end extensions. The sun is beaming. Friday morning in the sun in Manchester, although there is a black cloud over there. Going to take you back to Project 849. Earlier in the week, you saw the guys at Preferred manufacturing some of the staircases. Again, this is what I'll talk about, is vertical strategy. We are self-sufficient. So 2 of those staircases are now being installed by the guys on site. Let's have a look. That project, I say it every day, but it's flying. Honestly, Sean and all the boys, too many to mention. I'm conscious that I don't want to miss anybody out. They're absolutely killing it down there. I did say there are specialists. This is what I talk about with this SAS of construction thing. I'm obsessed with the SAS, the Special Forces, anything like that. Have been since I was a kid. And to try and implement and try and sort of like work some of those strategies, some of those disciplines into the business excites me. And there I feel like I've deployed our best assets on the job, all specialists but all multi-skilled, literally smashing that job to pieces. And the client, as I said yesterday, is absolutely buzzing. On Wednesday's episode I asked you guys which livery you thought was the best. So the old one with just a stripe, use a cutaway please, Hollywood, or this one here, the newer one. And basically unanimously, you guys think the new one's the best, and I'm glad about that because I really like it. I think it's got a really modern feel to it. It's obviously you still see the ep0trade bit, but this tagline, which I've not really used on the channel, which is let's build something great together, I use that pretty much across the board. And what that means is collaboration with your customers. That's how you get the best results. And also collaborations with your teams and your engineers and your architects and building control. The best results come from collaboration. I use that all the time with our clients. There's stuff that I don't know, there's stuff that my guys don't know. We ask someone, we find out the answer, we ask the customer, we help the customer. We all work together to deliver what is basically what we're all after, a great job at the right price. The customer gets value for the money and we get to make profit. And remember, profit is not a dirty word. You need profit to buy things like this, yeah, and keep your business growing. And profit also is what gives you an amazing life, gives your kids great opportunities. Without profit, you haven't got a business. So it's not a dirty word. Remember, always remember, that's why we do it. Profit is the bit left at the end once everything has been paid. Anyway, let's see what today brings. There's got to be a personal trainer out there or someone that wants these tyres. They actually could go back on the trucks. We just thought once we had our PMIs on one of our trucks that they weren't quite up to standard for their MOTs, and I just want to take zero tolerance with the trucks and keep them amazingly maintained. Something got me thinking. I think on either Wednesdays or I think it was actually Sunday's episode that Alex did, someone said in the comments, what's it like being a millionaire? And Alex answered it, and at first I thought that's a bit of a blunt question. We don't in this country we don't really talk about money and people's perceived wealth, do we? But Alex just said basically more money, more problems, as my man Biggie once said. But actually it got me thinking, like, I don't see myself as a millionaire. Put simply, I haven't got £1 million cash sat in the bank. I don't think many people have. But Alex and I, you know, we've got quite a decent sized property portfolio now. I own my own house with quite a lot of equity in it. We've got good businesses with assets in them that generate profit. So probably, yeah, on paper, Alex and I are millionaires. And it's amazing because that's probably what I set out to be when I was young. But what I always think is you can't pay your bills with bricks and mortar, can you? You can't cash flow your company, pay your lads, keep jobs moving with bricks and mortar. And I don't know what it is about the construction industry, but it's one of those games where you can make a lot of money, and there's not many poor builders out there, poor tradesmen to be fair, but really it's always that you're funding your next job. You're always buying a piece of kit, so you don't seem to feel rich. And sometimes when you take a step back, you think, you know what, we have built something big there. We've built, you know, a group of businesses that turn over like millions of pounds. And, you know, I live in a nice house in a nice area, and I drive a nice car, as does Alex, but we don't act like we're millionaires at all. We don't speak to anyone differently. For us, we're not. We act as if we're broke, as if we're poor. We spend this company's money like we've got no money because we believe that's the way to run a business. Hopefully, at some point later on in our lives, we'll be able to take a step back and act like millionaires. Me and Alex both want a yacht. We want a place in Mallorca, which we're looking at the moment. We want amazing life for our families and our friends and be generous. That's what I want. But I think because, like I said before, where I come from nothing. So I don't feel like I've got anything. To me, cars, watches and houses, they're just like a nice shirt that you wear. Do you know what I mean? It's there, but it could be taken off your back any time if you're not careful. So yeah, I don't feel like we act like we're millionaires or whatever. We're just going to keep going, keep working hard, keep taking risks and putting our money where our mouths are to try and build better lives for our families, ourselves and our staff. And that's what it's about. But yeah, who knows? I don't know what it feels like. But Alex is right. More money, more problems. Now we are going to go inside. Oh, I've got oil on me. Come on. So basically now all we do is sit here, do a bit of work and watch the Olympics, because we love the Olympics. I'm really getting into it. TB likes the badminton, don't you? He actually said before he reckons he could smash anyone at racket sports, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
So maybe you're good at badminton, aren't you?
Very good.
Yeah.
We do one-on-one.
Yeah.
I'll have your one-on-one all day. All day.
So, whilst these two are arguing, the other week, and I forgot to get Alex to do this last week, we did a little competition where I asked you to go over to Baxton and Carbreakers page and put a comment on saying every trade Carbreakers opening soon, or every trade Carbreakers coming soon. I tasked TB for finding all the entrants, I think there's 7, I think there might be 7, who did it properly in there, and we put them all in this little pot here. Actually, TB's now a bit of a convert back. So he said he really likes Zoe. I mean the actual scrap content, don't you?
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, it's quite good, isn't it? Yeah, he quite likes it. Yeah. So, you ready? Yeah. Okay. Winner is of this T-shirt, by the way. Oh, one like it, not mine, because I'm soaking with sweat. Dean Cav 715. Dean Cav 715. This guy's a legend. Actually, comments every week, so I'm glad he's won. Dean. Get in touch one way or the other on our Instagram page, every_trade, or drop us a message here or email our kid and we'll get a T-shirt any size, as long as you live in the UK, out to you next week, mate. Top man. Right, to wrap the week up, I'm going to send you back to Project 849, where Sean, who actually is the second smallest man in construction behind me, actually no, he's a little bit smaller than me, is going to give you a little walk round and update you on the progress this week. Over to you, The Biz.
Welcome back to Project 849, where the lads have had another great week this week. 2 of the extensions by tonight will be capped off. One of them's already there. Timber's on its way for the roof, so by tonight, one of the roofs will be started. So if you have a walk round with me, let's have a quick look where we're up to. As you can see, the lads are actually putting the second staircase in. As you've seen previously, they've already done one. I don't know if you can actually hear a lot, but they're actually smashing it in there. They're doing a great job. As you can see, the guys from James Drains are here to put a tank in the ground, because there's a massive job going on with the drains here. We've got to have water tanks. It's all suited to being on a water table. But as you see, they're getting stuck in. Let's get this going as well. As you can see, we've got Adam and Eve topping this one off in brickwork. The one to the right hand side was block work, because it's all going to be cladded later on. It's the only one being cladded, but it was the quickest to get up. So now the roof can go on that one over the weekend. The roof will go on this one during the week, and that'll be 2 extensions completely finished. As I mentioned earlier on, these are the stairs that Rob and Matt put in for us earlier on. So let's have a walk up and see all the plaster work. Well, for the first time, I've walked up a set of stairs that are not creaking, which is a plus. And as you can see up here, everything is virtually plastered. We've only got a couple of walls to still plaster, and that's solely because the lintels only went in yesterday. So over the next few days, these houses will be ready for second fixing, skirts and arcs, so well good. What's also happened this week, we've got the bathroom fitters in. Although they've first fixed, they haven't fitted the shower trays yet, which have only just arrived. So as you can see, they're in there at the moment putting the cisterns and the shower trays in, which we've already got 3 or 4 in already. So bathrooms will be tiled this time next week. We've had Craig in here. He's built all the stud work ready for the shower tray. As you can see in the other ones, the shower trays are in some, so be tiled again next week. Well, there you go, folks. That's another very productive week here at 849. I think it's back over to Chris, wherever he is.
So, as we're watching the badders at the Olympics, that is it for another week at Every Trade. Hope you've liked this episode. If you have liked what we've done, please like the video. Maybe even comment. Be nice though, because my kids read the comment. And if you're not already, please can you subscribe? We're trying our hardest to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of summer. Not that we've had much of a summer. I know it's, to me, I'm so impatient. I just want to get to 100,000 now, and it is a slow burn. But looking back on reflection, we started in January. To get to this point now is amazing. We love making these videos. We love showing what we're doing in the business, and we also love getting to know some of you guys like Gary Sides, who made that bit of artwork for us, and yeah, just all the other businesses, Dave from D&J, Baz, the Baxenden guys there, just people that are sound, just want to grow the business, and it's been amazing getting to know them all. So yeah, hopefully you've liked what we've done this week. Come back on Wednesday for another episode of Every Trade Behind the Build. It's definitely going to get gold.